Mike Tyson recently sent a bizarre warning to Jake Paul after knocking him out cold during a sparring session. This all went down after Tyson's fight with Mike Perry, when Tyson invited Jake over for a casual meetup. But what was supposed to be a laid-back session turned into something much more intense. Jake couldn't even last a minute before hitting the canvas, and of course he came up with a ton of excuses. But let's be real, we all know the truth. Jake's known for his flashy moves and big talk when he's facing non-boxers. But throw him into the ring with someone like Tommy Fury, who actually has boxing credentials, or the legendary Mike Tyson, and Jake's down faster than you can blink. The latest buzz is that Tyson is back in fighting shape, ready to throw down like it's the 1980s. After getting a clean bill of health from medical professionals, Tyson is set to unleash his inner beast once again. And his latest target? None other than Jake Paul. What was supposed to be a casual sparring session turned into a much more electrifying and surprising event. Sparring sessions are often the hidden gems of the boxing world, where fighters hone their skills, test strategies, and fine-tune their game plans. They may not be official matches, but their value can't be overstated. These sessions are where fighters figure out their strengths and weaknesses and prepare for real battles. When Tyson stepped into the ring with Jake, it was more than just a sparring match. It was a brilliant strategic move, with a touch of psychological warfare. Why did Tyson decide to spar with Jake Paul? On the surface, it might seem like an odd pairing: Tyson, the seasoned legend, and Jake, the social media star turned boxer. But there was a method to Tyson's madness. He saw it as an opportunity to assess Jake's skills firsthand, to determine if the hype surrounding him was real. Tyson wanted to test Jake's ability to handle the pressure of facing a true heavyweight. It was a controlled environment, perfect for Tyson to evaluate Jake's strengths and weaknesses. But instead of a friendly session, Jake was knocked out cold within the first minute by the one and only Iron Mike. Jake, ever the excuse factory, claimed the loss was due to aches and bruises from his recent fight with Mike Perry, saying he wasn't at his best. But let's dig a little deeper. Before Jake's fight with Perry, Tyson had actually warned him about it. That's right, Tyson, with all his wisdom and experience, saw the disaster coming from a mile away.
What are you doing? Mike Perry's a killer. We could jeopardize everything. The biggest fight of your career, the biggest payday of your career. And that's what makes this such a crazy fight. That's what puts the pressure.
Tyson knew that taking on a champion from the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC, was no easy feat. You're not ready for this, Jake, Tyson had warned. But of course, Jake didn't listen. He was all in for the hype, eager to stay in the spotlight. Mike Perry, however, isn't just any fighter. He's a savage in the BKFC, where his brutal fights often leave his opponents looking like they've been through a meat grinder. Tyson's warning was crystal clear. The damage from such a fight wouldn't heal quickly, and stepping into the ring with Perry could have serious consequences. But Jake, ever the showman, ignored the advice. His obsession with being the center of attention outweighed his common sense. And now we're seeing the fallout. Tyson's warning proved to be right. With Jake's body already battered and bruised, he was in no condition to handle another intense session.
But I don't know, my arms are sore as today.
Tyson, always the strategist, must have seen this coming. When Jake hit the canvas, it wasn't just a knockout, it was the result of poor decisions and ignored advice. What's even more fascinating is how Tyson's foresight played out. With his vast experience, Tyson knew the brutal realities of the sport, and his warning wasn't just about protecting Jake. It was about understanding the consequences of such a fight. Tyson recognized that Perry's hits would leave Jake vulnerable, and that's exactly what happened. Jake's body, already battered from his previous bout, was in no shape to face Tyson, even in a supposed casual sparring session. But Jake, ever the entertainer, didn't want to miss his chance to stay in the limelight, even if it meant risking his health. Tyson's knockout wasn't just a physical blow, it was a wake-up call. It underscored the importance of listening to the seasoned pros, understanding the risks of the sport, and not letting the thirst for fame cloud your judgment. Jake Paul's obsession with staying in the limelight drives his entire career. Every move, every tweet, every Instagram post is calculated to keep the spotlight on him. It's not just about the fights, it's about being seen, talked about, and trending. This self-promotion has become his art form, turning every bout into a media spectacle. Take the fight against Ben Askren on April 17, 2021. The lead-up was a circus. Jake's knockout win wasn't just a boxing match, it was the culmination of weeks of trash talk and hype building. This constant self-promotion keeps him relevant, but also increases the pressure to deliver each time, raising the stakes to dizzying heights. But here's the catch. Chasing fame over strategy and skill is like walking a tightrope over a pit of snapping crocodiles. Jake's focus on maintaining his celebrity status can sometimes overshadow the need for serious, focused training. Boxing isn't just about showmanship in the ring, it's about the blood, sweat, and tears put into preparation. It's about grueling workouts and the mental toughness needed to withstand the pressure. By prioritizing his public image, Jake risks neglecting the very skills that got him this far. One misstep and it could all come crashing down. The potential for a downfall is always lurking if Jake keeps putting hype over hard work. The boxing world is brutal, and fans can turn on you in a second. A few bad performances or losses, and Jake's reputation could be in ruins. His fight against Tyron Woodley on December 18, 2021, was a wake-up call. Sure, Jake won, but it was way tougher than anyone expected, raising serious questions about his preparation and his future in the sport. The media frenzy surrounding Jake Paul is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it keeps him in the spotlight, ensuring he's always the center of attention. On the other hand, it subjects him to immense scrutiny and pressure. Jake thrives on controversy, using it strategically to stay relevant. His ongoing feud with UFC President Dana White isn't just petty drama, it's part of his playbook to stay in the headlines. Every controversial statement, every bold claim, is designed to provoke a reaction and keep the media cycle spinning around him. However, sportsmanship in boxing isn't just some outdated concept, it's the backbone of the sport. Boxing demands incredible physical and mental fortitude, and the respect between fighters is a recognition of this shared struggle. Legends like Muhammad Ali set the gold standard for this. Ali was known for his trash talk, but he always balanced it with deep respect for his opponents. His fights weren't just about showcasing his skills, they were also about maintaining the dignity of the sport. One of the best examples of Ali's sportsmanship came after his fight with Joe Frazier on October 1, 1975, in the Thriller in Manila. This was one of the most brutal bouts in boxing history, with both fighters pushing themselves to the absolute limit. After the win, Ali didn't boast or demean Frazier. Instead, he acknowledged the incredible effort and skill Frazier had shown. Despite their fierce rivalry, the mutual respect between them as athletes was clear. Jake Paul's behavior stands in stark contrast to this legacy of sportsmanship. His tendency to prioritize spectacle over respect might generate headlines and social media buzz, but it risks alienating true boxing fans who value the sport's traditions. For instance, after their sparring session on November 27, 2021, Jake's derogatory comments about Perry diminished the spirit of sportsmanship that should prevail. Now, Jake is at it again, roasting Mike Tyson, claiming the legendary fighter might be too weak to keep up after his recent illness. Poor Jake has no idea what he's up against. Tyson's training methods are legendary, a mix of the bizarre and brutally effective. At 57, Tyson's comeback isn't just about stepping back into the ring, it's about proving that his unconventional routines can still pack a punch. These routines, which may seem strange to outsiders, have been fine-tuned in decades to maintain his ferocity and stamina. So, what do you think will happen in this match? Does Jake stand a chance against Tyson, or is this going to be the fight that ends it all for him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.